The Ugly Duckling. Once upon a time, in a quiet village, there was a small pond surrounded by green grass and tall reeds. In the summer, the water sparkled under the sun, and little creatures lived happily in and around the pond. Among the reeds, a mother duck sat patiently on her nest. She was waiting for her eggs to hatch. One by one, the eggs began to crack open. Out popped little yellow ducklings, fluffy and adorable. "Quack! Quack!" they chirped happily as they stretched their tiny wings. The mother duck beamed with pride. But there was one egg left, larger than the rest. It rocked and wobbled for a long time before it finally cracked. Out tumbled a duckling much bigger than the others, but he was not fluffy or yellow. He was gray, with a long neck and awkward legs. He looked very different from his brothers and sisters. The mother duck stared at him in surprise, but she loved him just the same. "Come along, children," she said, leading them to the water for their first swim. In the water, the strange-looking duckling swam just as well as the others, maybe even better. Still, wherever they went, the other animals couldn't help but notice him. "Look at that ugly duckling," whispered the farm animals. "He doesn't look like the rest," laughed the chickens. The other ducklings began to treat him differently, too. They would swim away from him, leave him out of their games, and make fun of how he looked. Every day, the ugly duckling felt lonelier and sadder. Even the mother duck, though she cared for him, often sighed and wished he looked more like the others. "I wish I were beautiful like them," the ugly duckling thought. "Maybe then someone would love me." As the days grew colder, the ugly duckling decided he couldn't take it any more. One evening, when the sun dipped low and the air turned chilly, he slipped away from the pond and wandered off into the wild. He came upon a marsh where wild ducks lived. "Can I stay here?" he asked timidly. The wild ducks looked him up and down. "You're very ugly," they said, "but as long as you don't bother us, you can stay." The ugly duckling stayed in the marsh for a while, but soon hunters came with loud guns and wild dogs, and the marsh was no longer safe. Terrified, he flew as far as his wings could carry him. Winter came. The world turned white with snow. The ugly duckling, all alone, struggled to survive. He found a little abandoned shed and shivered through the nights, cold and hungry. Sometimes he dreamed of warm summer days and wished he could be anywhere but here. One day, he stumbled upon a cottage. An old woman lived there with her cat and her hen. She took the duckling in, thinking he might lay eggs one day. But the ugly duckling could not lay eggs, and the cat and hen mocked him for it. "Can't you do anything useful?" they sneered. Heartbroken, the ugly duckling left the cottage and ventured back into the freezing cold. He survived the long, harsh winter, though it nearly cost him his life. When spring finally came, the snow melted, and the flowers began to bloom again. The ugly duckling, now grown, felt something stir inside him, a longing he couldn't explain. One morning, he came upon a beautiful, clear lake. On the water swam the most magnificent creatures he had ever seen. Elegant white birds with long necks and graceful wings. They were swans. The ugly duckling watched them, his heart aching. "They are so beautiful," he whispered. "If only I could be one of them. But I'm just an ugly duckling." Feeling both hopeful and hopeless, he decided to approach them. Better to be killed by such beautiful birds than to continue living alone, he thought. He lowered his head and swam toward them. But to his surprise, the swans did not attack. They glided toward him with gentle eyes. The ugly duckling bent his head in shame, expecting rejection. But when he saw his reflection in the water, he gasped. Where once he had seen a clumsy gray body, now he saw a graceful creature with shining white feathers and a long, elegant neck. He was no longer an ugly duckling. He was a swan. The other swans circled him lovingly, welcoming him into their family. Children who came to the lake threw breadcrumbs and shouted with joy, "Look, a new swan has come, and he's the most beautiful of all." The once ugly duckling felt tears of happiness in his eyes. He remembered the pain of his early life, the loneliness, the teasing, the cold winters, but none of it mattered now. He had suffered so much, but through it all, he had grown into something extraordinary. No longer ugly, no longer alone. He was finally home. And he realized something important. It didn't matter that he had once been mocked or rejected. It didn't matter that he had been misunderstood. All the struggles had only prepared him to become the beautiful being he was meant to be. From then on, he lived happily, gliding proudly across the lake with his new family, never again doubting his worth. The Ugly Duckling's journey was not just about becoming beautiful. It was about discovering who he truly was. As the days passed, the new swan, once the little gray duckling, embraced his new life on the lake. Every sunrise, he would glide gracefully across the sparkling water, feeling the warmth of the sun on his feathers. The other swans treated him like a brother, and for the first time, he understood what it meant to belong. Yet, even as he smiled and played with the others, there were quiet moments when he remembered the dark times. Memories of the farmyard where the chickens mocked him, the marsh where he was barely tolerated, the cold winters when he almost gave up. Those memories had left scars deep within him. Sometimes, late at night, when the stars shimmered above the silent lake, he would ask himself, "Why did I have to suffer so much before finding happiness?" The answer was not easy to find, but as he watched the younger swans grow strong and confident, he started to understand. Pain had shaped him. Loneliness had made him compassionate. Hardship had made him strong. Without the hard path he had walked, or swam, he would never have truly appreciated the beauty of kindness, the miracle of belonging. One warm afternoon, a group of children came running to the lakeside. They laughed and pointed at the swans, tossing crumbs into the water. The young swans, playful and curious, flocked around the children. But the once ugly duckling hung back, unsure. Would the children mock him too, the way others had in the past? One little girl with golden hair knelt down by the water and stretched out her hand. "Come here, beautiful swan," she whispered. Tentatively, the swan glided toward her. She giggled in delight and gently touched his soft feathers. "You're so pretty," she said. "You're the most beautiful one here." Her words washed over him like a healing rain. For so long, he had believed he was ugly, unworthy. Hearing her innocent voice filled his heart with a peace he had never known before. He realized then that it wasn't just about what others said. It was about how he saw himself. He had spent so long seeing only his faults, only his differences. Now, he saw the truth reflected in the clear water and in the eyes of the kind little girl. He was beautiful. Not just on the outside, but on the inside too. He had survived cruelty without becoming cruel. He had endured loneliness without losing his heart. He had carried sadness, but never lost his hope. And that made him more beautiful than he had ever imagined. Seasons passed. The swan grew strong and wise. He became a protector of the younger swans, teaching them to swim with pride, to lift their wings with confidence. He would tell them stories about faraway marshes, icy winters, narrow escapes, and the kindness that sometimes appeared when least expected. He taught them never to judge another by their appearance. "The outside," he would say, "is only a shell. What matters is the heart." And the younger swans loved him, looking up to him as a leader. One bright spring morning, as the wildflowers bloomed around the lake, an old duck wandered to the water's edge. She was tired and frail. Her feathers faded with age. But when she looked across the lake and saw the magnificent swan leading the others, her eyes filled with wonder. She quacked softly to herself. Could it be? It was the mother duck who had once hatched him. She had never forgotten her strange-looking duckling. She had missed him all these years, wondering what had become of him. When he swam closer to the shore, she recognized something familiar in his eyes, a deep, kind sadness and a joyful courage. The swan recognized her too. He swam to her side and bowed his head respectfully. He could have been angry, could have blamed her for not protecting him better. But there was no anger in his heart, only love. The old duck wept tears of happiness. "I always knew you were special," she whispered. "I am so proud of you." And in that moment, all the years of pain, all the cold winters, all the lonely nights, they melted away. He was not the ugly duckling anymore. He was not even just a swan. He was someone who had been broken, but had become whole. Someone who had been lost, but had found his way. Someone who had been unloved, but had grown to love deeply. And so, life on the lake went on. The swan lived many happy years, surrounded by friends, admired by children, and cherished by his family. He welcomed all who came to the lake, the small, the awkward, the outcast, because he remembered what it felt like to be different, to be alone. In his heart, he made a silent promise. "No one who comes to me will ever feel ugly, unwanted, or unloved." And so the pond became not just a home for swans, but a place of refuge for all creatures. A place where kindness grew like the reeds along the shore, and where beauty was measured not by feathers or faces, but by the love you gave. The once ugly duckling, who had once hidden from the world, now stood tall and proud in the golden sunlight, a shining example of how even the most broken beginning can lead to a beautiful, powerful life. He had not just found his place, he had built a home for others to find theirs. And that, perhaps, was the greatest beauty of all. As the years continued, the swan became known not just around the lake, but in the villages and towns beyond. People told his story to their children. There was once an ugly duckling who grew into the most beautiful swan the world had ever seen. But the swan knew something important. Beauty was not really the lesson of his life. The real story was about perseverance, hope, and the quiet power of kindness. One evening, as the sunset painted the sky in brilliant oranges and pinks, the swan stood at the edge of the lake, watching the water ripple under the soft breeze. A small duckling approached him, a little one, trembling with uncertainty. The duckling had unusually short wings and patchy feathers. The others sometimes ignored him, sometimes whispered when he passed. The swan recognized the look in the little one's eyes, the same hurt, the same loneliness he once carried. Without hesitation, the swan lowered his neck and nuzzled the duckling gently. "Come, swim with me," he said warmly. The little duckling's face lit up with hope. Together, they glided across the lake, the older swan teaching him not just how to swim, but how to believe in himself. As the stars began to twinkle in the sky, the young duckling whispered, "Will I ever be beautiful like you?" The swan smiled, a deep, knowing smile. "You already are," he replied. "Your beauty isn't in how you look. It's in how bravely you keep swimming, even when the waters are rough. It's in how you keep going, even when you feel alone." The duckling's eyes grew wide. No one had ever said such things to him before. In that moment, a seed of courage was planted deep inside his heart, a seed that would one day grow into strength, just as it had for the swan. And so, the swan's legacy grew. He was no longer just a symbol of outer beauty, but of kindness, resilience, and hope. Travelers who visited the lake often stopped to watch him, amazed by the way he welcomed every creature, no matter how small, awkward, or different. Some wrote poems about him. Some painted pictures. Some simply sat quietly, feeling their hearts healed just by seeing him glide gracefully over the water. The swan never sought fame. He did not need applause. His reward was the gentle joy of seeing others find their own strength. One autumn day, as the leaves turned gold and the air grew crisp, an old man came to the lake. He walked slowly, leaning heavily on a wooden cane. His eyes were clouded with age, but when he saw the swan, they brightened with recognition. I know you, the man said softly. I knew you when you were small, awkward, and alone. The swan tilted his head curiously. I was once like you, the man continued, different, mocked, left out. But I grew strong. I lived a good life. You gave me hope when I needed it most. Just by surviving, just by becoming who you are. The swan bowed his head humbly. He did not need words. His heart was full. They sat together for a long time, the old man and the swan, watching the leaves drift onto the lake's surface, carried gently by the currents. In that moment, the swan understood another great truth. We never know who we inspire simply by being ourselves. We never know whose lives we touch, even silently, even from afar. Winter came again, but it was not cruel like before. The lake froze into shimmering silver. Snow dusted the trees. The swans huddled together for warmth, sharing stories and dreams. The once ugly duckling, now a wise and beloved elder, told the younger ones about his early years, about struggle, pain, and hope. Never forget, he told them, that even in your darkest moments, you are growing into something wonderful. It may not happen today. It may not happen tomorrow. But if you keep going, you will discover a strength inside you greater than you can imagine. And they listened, their young eyes wide, their hearts swelling with hope. One especially cold night, under a full moon, the swan dreamed. He dreamed he was back at the old farmyard, surrounded by chickens and ducks who jeered and laughed. But this time, he was not afraid. He stood tall. He opened his wings, and from his heart poured out a bright golden light that warmed even the coldest hearts around him. When he woke, snow was falling softly on the world, covering everything in a blanket of quiet peace. The swan felt a deep, restful joy. A joy not from being admired or praised, but from knowing he had lived his life well. He had turned pain into love. He had turned loneliness into community. He had turned ugliness into beauty, not by changing who he was, but by discovering who he had always been. As the years passed, the swan became a legend. Children who visited the lake would hear their parents whisper, "That swan? He once was called ugly, but he is the most beautiful of all, because of his kind heart." And in every whispered story, in every quiet moment of wonder, the swan's spirit lived on. Even after he was gone, after he had soared into the bright, endless sky, his story remained. It was passed from parent to child, from heart to heart, like a candle lighting another. The story of the ugly duckling was never really about being ugly at all. It was about growing. It was about believing. It was about loving, even when the world tells you not to. And above all, it was about hope. The hope that lives in every struggling heart. The hope that says, I am not finished yet. I am becoming. Episode 1 end.